Today, the moon is in Leo, and we're talking about how to embrace the mystery of self-expression. And with that Leo moon, we have the energy of creativity, self-expression. It's a theme we've been working on throughout this particular moon cycle that is winding down, coming to an end this week. We'll end and begin a new cycle with Thursday's new moon in Virgo. But we're talking about mystery, and the reason we are thinking about self-expression today from the perspective of mystery has to do with where we are in the moon cycle. So I am going to give you a little more insight into what that looks like as we head into the dark moon, as we release and let go of the previous moon cycle, and what it looks like in terms of our understanding of creativity and self-expression. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, September 12th, and we continue with the moon in Leo, third day in a row of a Leo moon. That Leo moon is waning and it's getting smaller each night. It is heading toward new, right? So we have that final waning crescent moon, as thin as it can get, and then no moon, right? When there's a new moon, it's a dark moon. The moon is not visible. So why is that? By the way, that is because we are in a line. The sun, moon, and earth are in a line. So in the moon's orbit around the earth, it happens to be passing between the earth and the sun. And so what part of the moon do we see? Not the part that is being illuminated by the sun. We see the dark side of the moon, and that dark side of the moon indicates mystery. It takes us into more of a spiritual place of letting go, of surrender, of connecting with all that is. And so in this particular case, as we're heading into that new moon, we're letting go of the moon cycle that is about creativity and self-expression. So we've been working on that side of ourselves, looking at exploring what it means to do our creative work in the world, to be more authentic, to share more fully of ourselves. And we're going to be shifting as the moon goes into Virgo tomorrow, and then heads into that new moon. We're going to be shifting into more of a perspective about how we can be of service. So it follows that we have the creativity and self-expression, like, this is me, this is what I do, this is how I share and how I shine. And then we get to shift. We get to go, okay, that's great. Now, how do we make ourselves a little bit more humble as we ask, okay, how can this be offered in a way that is useful, in a way that can be helpful to others? So this is the part of the moon cycle where we're embracing, moving into, surrendering into that deeper place of mystery. And it's a perfect time to ask yourself and to consider your self-expression, your creativity from that place of, how am I allowing the flow of the universe to come through? How am I surrendering my own ego, my own, personal desires and cares and, perspectives to allow myself to embody, to be a conduit of that bigger picture, as my self-expression steps into that place of mystery where we are not disconnected. So it's just this beautiful way that the universe works. It's also a beautiful way that we as human beings work, is that we are individuals. We have our own unique perspective, the way that we're made up, our personality, right? Our way of doing things, our style, all that is unique to us as individuals. And at the same time, we are a reflection of the divine. We are an expression of something greater. And every human being is, right? We're all sort of different representations of the divine, or different shapes and forms that the divine is expressing itself through. So as you think about your own creative process, ask yourself, how am I a representative of the divine as I let myself get out of the way, perhaps, to share more fully from who I am as an offering to this greater mystery. And also just letting yourself trust that process of mystery. So mystery just means we don't have control. Letting go of areas where you feel like you should be in control or have things handled, because sometimes that creative process is going to be operating in ways that you can't anticipate. So the way that things show up in dreams, the way that things pop into your mind, or the way when you just start painting or drawing, like things can just kind of emerge, the way that you can get into a groove with something and it becomes something you didn't expect it to become. So those are all ways that mystery can show up. I would love to hear what that looks like for you, how mystery shows up in your creative process, in your self-expression. What did you wake up today not knowing that you were going to try or experience or have come through you, that just happened to show up? And it's like, yeah, I didn't plan that. But that's where opening to that greater mystery allows us to be available as conduits of that bigger picture of meaning. So we are our own individual selves, but we are also expressions of that bigger mystery. And that bigger mystery has its own intention, the transformational process that we go through, what we might call it growth. We might call it healing. We might call it manifestation. We might call it evolution. It is the process of letting go and allowing and being present for mystery to guide us, to move through us, to appear in our lives. That's in synchronistic ways. So that's some of how mystery might show up in your creative process. And it's also beautifully completing this month, this moon cycle of work. And so it's kind of like a recognition of the things you've been working on, the things you've been noticing, appreciating about yourself, maybe appreciating about others even, right? Like, how do others appreciate you? How do you appreciate others? It's that exchange. And then also recognizing the places where it's really not in your control or capacity to understand, even, because it's just so much greater than what we can understand. So letting go, opening to what is here as I guess it's kind of like a concluding thought or a concluding expression of the universe coming through you as you sort of wrap up this moon cycle. So connecting with mystery, opening to mystery, and paying attention to how mystery supports self-expression. All right, that's a good insight for today. Thank you so much for being here. I am Marina Ormes, and you can learn more about me and how to work with me at astrologyheals.com. You can purchase my books, mini readings with me, natal reports, individual readings. I've got different ways to work with me and benefit from this incredible work that brings body, mind, spirit, and emotion together with the insights and wisdom from astrology. So check it out, astrologyheals.com. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel and for being here and checking out what the planets are doing every day and how they provide some insight into you and can give you some guidance for your day. All right. Thanks again. I will see you next time.